back onto the Camaro this week. Been a big push to try and get this thing finished for Christmas, which we should have. Now, I'll just quickly show you what I've been doing. Everyone else here has been finishing the trim. You can see the door trims. Still got the back trims and then the front quarter trims as well. Seats are all ready, so I'll show you that later when it's all ready. But what I've been working on is the boot area. You can see battery, aircon, and the air tank up there. So what they've done is my brother's 3D printed up this block and then glued some magnets in it. And Kaylin has trimmed this piece, this reboard. There's like a little pull on there and some more magnets, and that will stick up in there. And what I've been doing is sheeting all of this in so then they can trim it. So it's got to wrap around the tail lights, it's got to go around the filler neck and all through here, and then up around, covers the battery, and there'll be two side panels here. I've already made these little bits that will be carpeted, and these two side panels, it's all here. I'll put that in a second. And just so there'll be like two screws and you can pull this panel out, two screws, pull this panel out. I may put the jack and stuff in there. So then that'll all be trimmed. Then there'll be a carpet, like a mat laying in there, which you can pull out and get access to the fuel pump. The taillights, I've got the taillights out because I'm getting new ones made. So I will have to split this. I'm going to keep the back part, and because we have red all through here, we need a amber blinker legally in Australia. So I'm going to do these clear and then just get orange bulbs. So they're off getting cut out now, and then I can put them in. Windscreens are in, you saw that in the last video, and all the scuttles back in. I'm just waiting on some new wipers to turn up. Actually, they did turn up. I've just got to modify them. But the scuttle come up really nice. I'm really happy with all the gaps. And yeah, got the column back in. Steering wheel has been trimmed. So we're not far away now. Looking pretty good. So let me just put this together and you'll see what I've been doing. Okay, that's it. We will, well, I won't. The guys here will trim it. I've put that back piece in. So these were the door trims that came with the car. These are the deluxe trims, and they've seen better days, a lot of water damage. So we did have new trims for the back here, which really we only just use the tops. When I say we, I really mean they, the trimmers. They just use the top parts, and they made their own boards down here for the speakers and stuff like that. So they'll be trimming that next week. So the other thing was that the door tops didn't really line up with the back. Here it's wide, and then it kind of stepped down, and it was just didn't look nice. So that's why I made that alloy top, and it also houses the lights. So you start this up, the lights sit underneath there and shine down like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't mind that. There's also one up in the roof, so when you hit the door switch, it turns off, and you've still got that light up there. It's multicolored. You can choose anything you want, even have it flickering on and off with the music if you want, but I just like this red. So the handles also I made last week, so pretty tricky because I had to start with sort of like a big chunk of wood and hollow out the back for the mechanism for the handle to move inside and out. So this is the finished product. So I used 3 layers of MDF, stacked and glued them together, and shaped it for the handle, shaped it for this other handle, and then put a little bit of a bevel on it. And Kaylin trimmed them. They come up nice. They're usually chrome. We powder coated them, and then to hold the handle on, I made this little thing that sits in the pocket that gets screwed on, and then this. I'll come around to the other side. I use this 3mm plate, which is a right angle off the door, bolted in behind the door trim, pokes through the door trim, and then this slides on and then bolts down through those holes. And we'll powder coat that black, as with everything else in the car. That there is no chrome. We've even got the cup holders powder coated. Just odds and ends, little things. These things, actually, the original door locks come up. See how far they come up from the edge, and we didn't like that because it would have sat around about here. And if you drive along, you got your arm on the window, it's going to be right on your elbow. So we moved the mechanism back so it runs down in here more instead of over here. And then my brother lathed up new tops, and they put an eyelet in there. So yeah, just small little details. The little adjuster, I've left this loose because when we powder coat these inner bits, we'll get that powder coated too. As I said, all black. Got the column in, also got that painted black. Other little detail things, got the blinker surrounds, they're chrome, got those painted black, and the mirror. So we've got that painted black too. So I have to say a big shout out to my old work, Image Conversions. Yeah, they do all my painting, all our painting, so it's so good to have them next street over now. Also, these eyelets, they come stainless, and then when you press them together, you press them on the leather. Because the owner wanted everything black, they did get black eyelets, but when you press them together, they kind of flake off a bit of the paint. So my brother and Kaylin came up with the idea of heating them up to the red hot, and then when they cool down, they stay black. So now I've got the taillight lenses back, so I'm going to remove the old lenses and glue the new ones in. All right, already done one. I've sat this in, put a pencil line around where it's got to sit. I'll clean this with acetone. Now I only get one shot at this. Okay. Hi, Bonnie. Can you get back up a bit? Don't you get super good. Thank you. All right. Okay, got it. So you got these drawn up and laser cut out. Oh, actually routed out. Laser cut. I'm so used to doing steel. But now, new workshop. Bit of everything. So other little thing that had to happen was because the original lenses had these steps in them, which touched back here. Kind of, the light would diffuse in here, and it wouldn't bleed into the next chamber. But now that this is flat, there's a little gap here. So my brother printed up these little things, these little dividers that clip on over. And then, yeah, they can go back over. Not sure if we're going to keep this clear, or if we can just dust them with a bit of tint, make them a bit darker. We'll see. We'll see when it's in there. Okay. Bill's just finished printing up these things. So these are the air vents, and they were held on with a screw fitting into the ducting, and they kind of used these things to space off and hold it in, and they're all too big and bulky. So he printed up these and then glued some magnets in there and printed up this section, which is already in the car. This was the dummy one. So you can see they're already stuck to the ducting. They've got magnets in it. And that will just clip in like that. So it makes it easier that this whole dash fascia panel is held in by magnets, and then the ducting is held in too. So we can just sit this in, plug in those lights, and then it just sticks on. All right, one other thing I wanted to show everyone with this Impala behind us. So it's not my job, but my brother and Kaylin have been working on it, and they're doing an awesome job. So one thing that the owner wanted, or is actually the owner's wife wanted, was a certain type of material stitched into the seats. And my brother went to, he tried to laser print the design into some leather. It didn't work. He tried to go get it screen printed from a screen printer, and no one wanted to touch it because of copyright laws. So I'll show you what this is. This is going to, a lot of men are going to be laughing at this, but a lot of women are going to be crying over this. So, Louis Vuitton pattern. Yeah, my brother said that he couldn't do this because obviously of copyright, and he want to get sued. So the owner went out and bought a $3,500 bag just so they could chop it up and use the material. It's so funny, but I'll show you why. Because the owner built this car himself, and the only input that his wife wanted was some seats, some Louis Vuitton trims in the seats. And let me just show you. The seats have been done. They're at the back room now, just getting tucked away while the rest of the car gets done. And look at these. Love it or hate it. I actually don't mind it. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to show just some of the stuff that they do here when the customer has an idea. You've got to try and fulfill it as best you can. So I just thought I'd show you that. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so let's keep going. All right, Also, another cool thing about working here is that sometimes my brother's customers come back in the cars that they've previously done just to say hi. And last week, one of those customers came back in this 57 Chevy Nomad that they previously done. And this car was beautiful, probably the best 57 Chev I've seen. And the fact that it was a Nomad makes it even more special because there weren't that many of them made and there's not many of them in Australia. It was cool because you popped the bonnet and it looked like the factory V8, but it was actually an LS swap. And he did it all up to make it look original. So that was pretty cool. I love the interior and it was so nice. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this video up now. If you made it this far, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.